in. This is the first semi-final of Gwent Polish Championship. Or Polish Gwent Championship, I don't know. Matol uses 3 words, and then when I arrange them, he's always kinda not happy. But here we go. First semi-final is on, first game, best of 5, and Jaime takes Skellige against Erland. So Pirates got their Erland Panzer in COC, of course.
Yeah, but as always, you have to beware of a shoot mage transform, which is always a threat, basically, unless you manage to somehow get double last save, but that's quite difficult.
Okay,
there is also notably a lack of answers for the Mutagenerator in the round 1 here from Jaime. This deck just can't answer artifacts directly, so I'm not sure whether you really want to play into the round 1. Like, that really doesn't feel great. So it kind of incentivizes more of a tempo pass.
Okay, we see Paya getting both artifacts and also Iris duo into his hand, so that's a couple of nice finds. Also has the neutral Rune Mage there to expand the options, so guarantee your SHUUUPE rolls, but yeah, misses SHUUUPE Radea at the moment. And Heatwave if necessary. And we see that the armor generation is already started. Blightmaker is nice for Radea.
Yeah, it's nice as a tutor, but there's also notable lack of rolling a 4 provision unit here. So yeah, I think the Blightmaker is just the choice and takes it front row because there's no 6 prop units to boost in deck. No more luck, so you're not boosting the Margarita.
Yeah, and most likely, yeah, we see the spawn, we see that Radea was in deck. So that's a nice way to draw into your neutral card that Pincer Maneuver cannot grab.
Yeah, you mentioned that Paja got access to both artifacts in his starting hand. There's also Iris's companions as well as the Iris. That'll enable Paja to draw something like the SHUUUPE. Considering the Rune Mage was already played, that's a quite valuable play. The Axel coming out from Jaime, but doesn't click the stratagem, so it does kind of indicate he wants to contest. Here comes the Temple, maybe a Philippa there?
Yeah, potentially Philippa here.
Not amazing, maybe Dandy.
Not the best even, like, yeah, sure, Dandy synergizes kinda with Erland. And here we have an option of Draug, and we also have Radovit, but yeah, Radovit is for devotion. So yeah, we see...
wrong Radovit.
Yeah, so we see the calls you made were all correct. Oh, well, Draug was made. Yeah, feels good. We see one of the ponies being drawn here, but the second one is chilling in the deck, so not really a playable card. A lot of tempo from the Pirates, of course, Niggers and also Roach thinning out. Some armor already generated on the boat, and Bjorn, we didn't really focus on that, but yeah, Jaime managed to find 2 important cards.
Yeah, like, now, I mean, yeah, we see Paja does take the immediate click there. That really does indicate that he is trying to get the round win here. And isn't that worried about the potential tempo pass coming out from Jaime. Philippa, nice answer for the longship. It does hit quite a bit of armor with the remaining pings.
Yeah. So Philippa being played, 17-point gap, but Jaime still has a few bronzes he can cash in this round, generating even more armor as well.
Very nice deranged berserker, gonna send the front row to all to their deaths through these fiery cataclysm. And this Profile Warrior kind of not looking great because everything on the side of Pajabol is just too damaged, too dead for it to really get its full effect.
I mean, answering the Gwentfinity, it's a nice try. Of course, you're not getting the carryover as this Revenant just generated for Paya, but other than that, you are not too sad about this.
Yeah. And the problem is, the longer you play into this round, the more carryover does go into the deck, the bigger this Erland threat becomes. However, it seems likely Pirates is probably going to attempt to bleed to force out the Erland and the Ansace in the round 2, because otherwise, like, I don't think you could go longer round after all this carryover comes out.
Of course, Erland being just the COC magnet deals with it. With the carryover after the click, so Jaime of course just wants to get his last say. Well, I think if Paya keeps playing, although the gap is huge now, and the Iris's companions is not playing for too many points.
Yeah, and here's the thing you need to be really careful of, because if the Ansace and like a leader charge isn't enough to catch up here, then you do risk going 2 cards down. You risk like the opponent getting card advantage, which granted that would only give them like a single last say, but that does really force you to end up using the SHUUUPE transform just to protect your Erland.
Yeah. Of course, one line NR usually takes in those situations, if they manage to win round 1, is drop Erland, even if you're a couple of cards down, and just click him in round 2, because the chances are your opponent didn't find Curse of Corruption.
Yeah.
But in this case, we see Paya is taking a pass. But yeah, like, there was also nothing tall on Jaime's side of the board, so that Ansace was playing for 13 points plus killing like a 4-point unit, but usually the reach from Ansace is like 26 points because you have something to hit, something big to hit.
Yeah. The Pirates board does tend to go not that tall. Especially because this isn't even running like Commander's Horn. Opts not to try to set up the Siri Nova carryover. It's a bit too awkward since you're only at 7 cards in hand right now. So there's the Iris to draw the SHUUUPE.
Seems doable.
So goes into the graveyard, provides what, 13 points of carryover. That's it's hefty.
Yeah, not bad at all. And, I'm curious, do you think Paja's going to keep the free merchant here? Is Paja feeling the heart of the cards? Does he think he's going to be able to screw over the Golden Neck and maybe steal a magic compass or something of the kind?
Probably. If you feel like you are not getting the value, well, you just pincer it back into the deck. So yeah.
Proactivity is fun. We might see just a Rodeo to start with, going for the engineering solution. Can pair quite nicely with like the Dandelion, and Dandelion can be kind of scary because the best answer would be something like a Curse, because it's quite tall, but like if you use Curse on Dandy, you can't use it on an Erland, so that would not be a very good idea. Let me see the Maxi here to ensure that the Golden Echo is set up just the way that Jaime likes it. Chironex is the bottom unit, but there is Decree to gain access to the Chironex. But you would have to wait to do that after the Golden Echo because you would end up drawing into the Teshin Mutna. I'm curious if we do end up getting a shuffle there or not.
Yeah. a bit awkward. And depending on what is on the board, can you really early golden necker? Okay, we see the last lead. Oh, not the last leader charge. Leader charge used, and the new immediately generated with this Radovich. Nothing really kills him too easy, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, with a leader, you would gain reach with something like a Bjorn as well.
So leader charges might.
Yeah. Notably, though, the 6 damage on Kyrenex is not an option because the Kyrenex is only playable through the decree, so probably is just a Bjorn to the king. Oh.
So yeah, no second leader charge for this pincer maneuver, but majority of cards were already obtained, and I don't think this traveling priest, although she was mulliganed once, so there are some charges on her already.
Yeah, I wonder if you do care about trying to set up the dandelion here, or if it's a bit kind of just whatever, if you expect the Erland to get dealt with. But I mean, the Erland should stick because of the SHUUUPE transform, right? It should. So yeah, you just see the Squire getting protected. Don't think there's a knight to really pair quite nicely with the infusion. So it would probably just be 2 boost onto something. Draga's a knight.
Well,
Ooh, that is a
Draug
bit
a
of
knight, so you can try to get another engine going here.
Yeah.
Do you use your last leader charge?
I think you'd like to use it before the Draug.
Yeah. Is it Draug time now? Nothing to duel.
I think you'd rather play like the Free Merchant before the Draug. If you are gonna play the Merchant.
Are you going to?
Otherwise,
maybe that goes back into the deck after the last pincer charge.
But honestly, I mean, it really depends on what you give the opponent, especially because your deck tends to be a bit more boosted. But
at the moment there are 6s. Okay, so this is a leader charge for Dainty? No, for Priestess. Okay.
Moment of truth. Does keep the Merchant.
And box his Draug targets, volunteers.
Playing around the threat of this ranged Corsair. And this is the thing, right? Because the Draug does kind of force you to go quite heavy onto the front row here. But that does play very well into the Cataclysm coming out from the ranged Corsair. And very nice ping from the boat to clear the shield. And Terror of the Seas takes down the Squire.
Steals the ship. Not really devastating.
But that's not an amazing pull from the Golden Necker either, getting the siege support.
Yeah. Wait, you can reduce the cooldown of your ship. So good.
Yes. You could. Is there anything from Compass that wants seal?
Cannot really come up with a good one on the spot.
Ever used some foods all for a club?
Ulmar. Yeah.
Not terrible necessarily. That is.
There is a weather though, so.
Yeah.
So we enter the fray. We see 4 Revenants created. Kind of want to deal with some of them. So, Golden Necker.
Might see the 4 power one dealt with the Bear Witcher and a ping. Teshimurina kills the 5 power one.
And then you roll the Cataclysm on the 2.
Yeah.
So
Now, it's quite a difference if you do get the Cataclysm or not, because
Not for me.
if the Revenant does live at 1 power, which it does,
yeah.
it can be killed to get another 4 power Revenant. So yeah, this recent buff quite impactful here.
So maybe, as an alternative, could have used the Berwisher on a 2
Yeah,
as an
This
option.
won't be butchery, not marauders.
I think it's very good for Pasha to play the Erland as soon as possible, because then you don't run into any possible shenanigans like an Honor Guard coming out from the Magic Compass.
So yeah, since Quax or Kyrenex was stuck in the deck, only 3 damage is available, but that's exactly enough to deal with this active Revenant. So are we seeing the game of SHUUUPE and Camby? Somehow it
Oh
seems.
yes, I forgot about Camby.
So
That
yeah,
does kind of
while
change.
it's all nice and shiny and sunny for this SHUUUPE transform, at the same time there is kind of
Yes.
Camby being present in the card pool from the compass. So at the moment Jaime uses his Brockbar for full value.
So, very good for Jaime.
And yeah, the transform is happening now, but that means
I mean, look, if this was the other way around with the curse and the compass, this very well could have been the game.
so a royal decree for like nothing in particular for Paya, and experimental remedy has what?
Lightmaker.
Not doing much. But yeah, Revenant, if I can get Zeal as well. Okay, there we go. Revenant OP. Best Skellige card. And yeah, the COC cannot be transformed.
This Erland isn't even that big, honestly. Like, it's only 27. I was expecting it to be a whole lot bigger.
Read, write, revise.
Yeah, I guess not that many. Although, yeah, the Rune Mage was played, but there was a Black Maker and a couple of other cards.
I think there was only like 2 Mute Generator procs for 4 provisions. It actually wasn't that great of a Mute Generator. Heavily expecting the A-Cube to come out, and then maybe the Skoya as the potential answer from Jaime.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm not good at this.
Skoya versus Bounty, okay. So, what do we have? We already have Saskia. Anything that gets Saskia from Jaime's list? Not really.
She should be pretty safe.
Yeah, should be safe. The potential Brawler edition, although not the most bountiful card, so to say.
Yeah.
It was nerfed, so you're probably not running that at 5 provision while having the Executioner, so...
Yeah. Like maybe you could have done like a leader brawler type of play to deal with the Saskia, but even then that wouldn't have done it, I think, if the stratagem gets clicked.
Yeah, you reach a bunch of coins, so... Okay, Dana does what Dana does the best, creating the carryover, so the mind games with Schirru already started, because Jaime has no idea if Schirru is at 4 or 3 at the moment. Needs to answer, of course. Blood Money is dealing 6 damage, so that's not exactly enough to one-shot the Dana.
So I might see. I mean, Slander with leader would be nice to get quite a big bounty cleanup. We could see. It really depends how hard like Jamie wants to play into this round. We could see like a Menge with leader being used here. Menge is very easily answered with just a leader charge from Paj to get the movement.
Yeah, so do we see the freak show and the leader combining? No.
So Salah Assassin is the bounty giver of choice here. Did Jamie robe the leader?
The leader is still in 6 damage.
Oh, sorry, leader wouldn't have gotten the kill. What am I?
Yeah, so that's why I thought if he really wants to, the freak show would be an option, but
Yeah. So, yeah, surely you end up clicking. No.
well, the carryover on Seamless is
Okay.
is okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's no purifying the list here for Paja, so the poisons are basically guaranteed to go through. Like, maybe there was an argument to try to use your limited damages to somehow deal with the Salamander Assassin, hope there isn't enough poisons. Yeah.
Purify is being occasionally around, but not in this version. Also not the greatest pull, of course, from Saskia.
Evil's not going anywhere.
Saskia's not on the board. It looks like Paj is saving her for potentially round 2 bleed defense of the bleed. It's kind of getting a bit late now. There's the
Okay.
Saskia. Gets
And there she
the
comes,
nice.
and pull in Ranger, which is not that great, but considering your poisons are potentially being blocked by the Kalkstein, we were talking about what is he doing. Well, as one option,
Gets rid of
it
the
is
harmony.
clearing a poison, so a mind game of keeping it or mulliganing it. So we see the
No,
fluff.
but this.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
go.
I was just gonna say now with the Saskia, like you're not able to answer the Saskia. This looks quite difficult for Jamie to keep up with. There's a lot of coins though, but this doesn't. Yeah, I'm not sure how great
Daisies stand tall.
like the rest of his hand is you want to play.
Okay, so the
Like
poison.
the Menge is.
Do we see Kalkstein here? Is it being kept? Like purifying one unit in round 3 is kinda nice, but Kalkstein himself is not that great of a tempo play. There is not many confusions, but there is a second Antirian. It can stop the Harmony infusion.
I mean, the nice thing though is if you do play the Kalkstein, you basically stop any poisons from being effective in this round. Because if you do want to play another poison, well, the Kalkstein is there as a direct answer. Instead, opting to just play the Serena.
Yeah. Carryover is sort of safe.
Your next move shall be your last.
But there goes your spender.
Yeah. Like the fact that you don't spend there, I think Jamie just wants to get out of the round. Probably just setting up the series to preemptively have a bit of temper to defend if Paja tries to slam the scenario and start a bleed. Because if you are able to actually get the first say going into round 3, that can be very scary if you're able to stick like an Executioner, and a Menge and all that kind of good stuff. Particularly if you have a Candle to actually play in the round 2 here to protect a bit against the backup plans coming out from Simless. But the Candle is conspicuously missing, the Golden Necker is conspicuously missing.
Yeah, so let's see how good of a drawer Jamie is.
best.
I am nature. You.
Okay. So that's 2 bounty spenders stuck in the deck, and golden necker, and the candle. You have
Yeah,
you have Paya
how,
pushing.
how do you spend here as Jamie?
Prime product.
Just bounce bounty between the units.
Yo.
Yeah, there is nothing really on the hideout as well in terms of quests, so like, multiple spends.
Yeah.
That's the situation, and you see your opponent drop in the scenario, and if scenario is down, rarely you see an insta-pass immediately after.
Yeah, like, Jamie really needs to try to scare Paja into an instant pass, but it seems unlikely. I mean, the good thing here, though, is that Paja is going to have a few pretty tall units, and there's enough poisons in Jamie's hand to be able to deal with those units. And there really isn't that much coin generation now going on for Jamie, which does mean that he doesn't actually need that spender super desperately.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Go through the poisoning. Try to play around Schirru, around Rehan as well as you can. You get heater charge out of fire playing for 1 point only.
Give me right hand for marinated herring.
So there is a dwarf that you don't really need. An elf. Playing for a couple of extra points if you go all in. Also, once again, puts some pressure on this ever-changing Schirru. Because Jamie at the moment, has no idea. If Schirru is being moved, then, well, Sentry was potentially on ranged buffing it up.
Yeah. So, okay, Schirru at 6.
There is a scenario,
oh wait, no,
right?
Schirru's getting buffed
Yeah,
now.
so Schirru is at 5 on deploy. And
Oh, no, 6. It's 1 boost for each category, right?
yeah, sorry, on 6. Yeah. He's a bandit. He is a bandit. Been a while. Yeah, 3 times. So he's at 6, and we see double kill. But the poison has been transferred already. So it would have been a nice card to have if you wanted to poison another tall unit, if you are just postponing, but it's also fine because there is more poison coming from Jamie.
I quite like this location here. Having this order floating does provide quite the threat if Pasha decides to keep contesting.
We might have overreacted for Jamie's position. He also had Syria on the board, he had ship in the graveyard, so he is, at least at the moment, showing that there is potential for him in this round, but there is Seamless coming. Depends on what categories on those elves he rolls, what elves he rolls with categories. Depends on the Brechen value.
And I think the answer to how do you spend is you just use these failed experiments.
Yeah.
It is slightly expensive at 4 coins needed to get another poison through, but ensuring you actually do have that big enough coin bank to do so, able to deal with a few of the more problematic units coming out from the Pasha's side.
Streets of Dawn, that clear.
Yeah, so decides to buff the boat.
And decides to
You don't want to go.
Backup plan. Can it show a Purify Elf?
At 2 centuries, you behaved like you were
Yes, it
barely
can.
one.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Look. Like, there isn't any Purify in the main deck here
Yeah, but
for
the side
Paja.
deck.
But backup plan exists, so there you go, there's a Purify now. And this means this poison can't necessarily be finished off that great from the morale. What you can do is you can play the morale after the final card is
Yeah.
played from Paj, and that will be able to go through uncontested, but it's a little bit awkward.
Okay, so Hostage Taker has 3 tags. A new thing you can learn every day. Wait, and yeah, we don't see the Purify being taken as well. I guess he doesn't expect any more poisons. There were these tags.
To be fair, like maybe the thinking is also if like Paj is planning to go all in here, which I don't mind, because like this board state isn't looking amazing for Jaime, right? Like you could just be thinking, okay, if there's a morale here anyways, that's going to kill one of my units regardless after I play my final card. So I may as well just go for the pure points because my unit here is going to die anyways.
Death can come where blood
Okay, so Jaime is not hiding that he has it, but that's kind of opening
Yeah.
a leader
You
and a breath and
or
play.
you watch her die.
So you are kind of triggering Paya into going all in with that, but not showing morale might have been the same, basically saying that, oh, maybe you don't have a whole
Yeah.
punish anyway, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was slightly better to force Paj to move the morale rather than, I think, the Syrian over and set up a slightly bigger Brayhen, but yeah, it's not enough, and there's a 2-0 against Bounty. Harmony gets the win.
Yeah, worked out nicely for Paya, but yeah, Jaime was kind of close in this game, even with me saying he's spending and whatnot, but yeah, with Golden Acre, he should always close.
Pride
And
is
we see
all
game
left.
3 of this first semi-final. Jaime is taking his Precision Strike against Erland that Paya is playing. This is, yeah, at least with a bunch of control, but also some carryover. Olgot being combined with offerings here. Seamless has 2 plans, play A and play plan B. So can go on the workshops, can go on to the backup plans. There is a player connection being lost, but it's okay.
A notable difference here is that, like, the Schirru could have, like, in another list, like, well, because there's no Schirru in this list, right? That's the thing I missed before when we were going through the decks. So you can't try to choose, like, either double backup plan or this threat of Schirru to deal with the Erland. Like, the Erland will go through unless the backup plans deal with him, which does mean that Paja does have a bit more leeway to go boosting the Erland with potentially the Iris's companions, and actually that's it. Yeah, there's no offering to boost the Erland. So actually double backup plan should most likely deal with the Erland if you're able to roll a Trickster or get lucky with a Bomber.
Yeah.
There's also Curse, which with last save could be quite nice. Locke just dealing with the Radovid here. You don't really want to sink 6 damage into this body right now. It's just not ideal. So Locke is the most efficient answer, and there is only a Pella in the deck for Pajabol, but it's neutral and can't be shooted with the leader. Here's Temple.
So
Shani's alright.
Shani's usually okay. We will see Drauk once again being offered. Of course, limited
Defender.
options here for Paya.
Yeah, I think defender's fine here. I didn't pay enough attention to Jamie's mulligans, but having the Armorer's Workshop kept in hand here likely means that he is planning to go for the double backup plan from the Simless. Yeah, we do see the... Oh, Baron actually taken. So Baron, Draug, and Shawnee coming out from the temple.
Yeah.
Baron is good against the boost from the Dennis Kramer in the workshops.
Jason says has been picked from the temple. What do you even send back? The Curse Nitrate was the choice. So Fire keeps the Fury Merchant for now.
There's the Muta.
Of course not having the Rune Mage, kinda not good for the temple, but rolls were pretty decent nonetheless.
No bacon bits, no butter.
Nice. Oh, good carryover. There is more deck boost carryover here for the Scoia'tael than the Northern Realms right now, which is kind of ironic.
Yeah, that's funny. And yeah, Olgot kinda lost his spot in the Erland deck with the rework to Iris, I suppose, was the final straw.
Must record. Get this down.
So at least there is some work for him in Scoia'tael.
I'm curious if Jamie would have opted to deal with the Mutagenerator here or not, if there was access to the Heatwave. But the Heatwave is in deck, so I guess we'll never know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Friends of the family.
But yeah, at the moment this Mutagenerator value is not extremely good for Fireball. Has three more cards. But they're not playing for tempo, so...
No. Yeah. Paja's starting hand here has just been atrocious. Like, no Rune Mage, Temple, or Muta, I believe it was, in like the original 10 cards he had after the Mulligan phase was done. So had to use double leader to get both the artifacts in hand. So only left with the one leader for the rest of the game right now. Which is, let's just say, not what you want when you have quite a few golds remaining in deck.
Diplomacy, dignified work. My arse.
We see two neutrals being shown from this envoy. That's a very good Sinchen envoy. This is like one of the weaknesses of the pincer maneuver, not being able to interact with the neutrals, and you see both of them. That's too much. That's too generous. But
yeah, too lucky. I mean, it doesn't matter if you see two of them because you can only click on one of them.
Yeah. And we also see that envoy is being played front row for different type of carryover, basically. Instead of going for the points, it goes for the cards. So Mahagam Pass rolling minor here.
Neath the ground rest countless riches and corpses.
Is Jamie floating the pink? Yeah.
That's quite a commitment here for Jamie. Does indicate that A, I really want to win this round, and B, I kind of look like I possibly want to bleed, because it would be such a shame to let the Mahakam Pass order just go to waste and just drive us.
You never pass on Mahakam Pass.
No, exactly right.
Also, this merchant is not really playable anymore after that Sinchen envoy. If you click that, unless you want to break your opponent and give them SHUUUPE. Yeah.
Which, I mean, if was forced into their hand in some way, maybe, but
Yeah.
it's not worth it just to give a brick, even in a bricky deck such as this Goya, with like the precision strike leaders, the Simless. A lot of bricks Jamie has to navigate.
Yeah. And now that the squirrel is being played, the workshop is safe in the graveyard, so you get the carry over on your second one.
Provided you do draw it. Because, yeah, like the Neuromancy hasn't been found here for Jamie. There was the Maxi played, I'm not too sure like what actually happened with that. But
Yeah, I also didn't really register that.
Okay, so yeah, Anses is big enough right now to not really care about much of the armor, but he might not have such a great time dealing with a dwarf after the Dennis Crammer is used. So it might have been the Shani put on top there by the Envoy. Not sure what Paja chooses. Or maybe just a bad card to set up the Fury Merchant.
Okay, so Heatwave is dealing with the one dwarf. So Jamie knows that Anses is somewhere in the proximity of being 12, 13. I guess he paid attention when it was exactly picked, so he knows that it's 13. He has, what, 6 as a target. That's enough with the leader charge. Ah, no, there is the ping-in, the Dwarf Berserker. But Anses is getting boosted on front row, so I suppose it is enough by 1 by Paya. And yeah, we see that he's not stopping. And goes for Kranmer here.
And I'm not about to start.
And even clicks the pass. So that signifies that he probably is not planning to push in round 2.
Gets the round win, gets the last say. Since you're not against something like Golden Compass. Magic Compass? Golden.
Yeah.
Magic Compass.
Magic Golden.
I always mix those up.
Yeah.
Because actually, yeah, there's still the Shoop transform, so you're not able to potentially cheese your way around a Shoop transform. But
Yeah.
maybe you'll have enough points to win otherwise.
Squirtle likes the technology to discard enemy cards. So let's see how Oniromancy is here. Backup plan is your mulligan target. Seamless is also coming into the hand, freeing up 1 extra mulligan if necessary, but looking at it, yeah, Jamie's not risking, I think, breaking backup plan.
Best give up now.
Yeah, so Heatwave is likely the Neuromancy target here, and able to gain access to everything that got boosted by the Old Gods, so that's quite nice to see.
So that knight getting some hand buffs is very nice. Way to avoid the off-rank on it. Boosting exactly over 4.
So there's one more leader for Paja, probably used to just get the Erland in hand. I guess you just put the Sentry Knight back in that case. The other thing I want to point out though is that Room Mage hasn't been played, so SHUUUPE not guaranteed to hit whatever Paja wants.
Yeah, that's a great thing to remember. So even if the line is open,
Be glad to.
there is a chance that it's actually not happening. So a target for the offering is given, not the best one.
Yeah, I mean
Is there a
It's
reason? There is no
fine.
reason to answer the shiny anymore. No cooldown reductions, so might just wait on
think-
that. Huh? Or not.
That is the only cooldown reduction card you're worried about right now. And yeah, the zeal doesn't really matter, but it can be used with the formation on like an Anses or a Baron to potentially get 1 more point when playing those onto the Ranger row. Speaking of, here's Anses not on the Ranger row, being used to onto the Chariot. Now getting the Chariot dealt with there is nice, because it means that Zoltan now doesn't really have a way to get his barricades, so Zoltan won't be an engine. He's just playing for 15 points of tempo.
So what was the Neuromancer target? Heatwave.
Or Heatwave.
Heatwave playing for 13, Workshop is playing for 9 and activating an engine that can be turned off, so yeah, not really a great pick there. Fair enough. So yeah, we see the Heatwave coming. Even if Jaime knows that there is no Viraxes because of the temple rework a couple of months ago. Just the best value he can get from his deck.
Goodbye to the remaining bronze in the hand of Pajabol right now. See a bunch of golds now. The Erland has immunity. Nicely timed though with the Redanian Knight boost. The Grace coming through takes the Erland up to 6. Does make it safe from potential Trickster roll on the second backup plan.
Let's go and see what bombers can do if Jaime ever sees one.
Yeah,
Go
I think
for that. But there is no reason not to.
I mean, it makes your curse worse if you miss, but I think you just have to assume that the opponent has the SHUUUPE to, not.
Okay, yeah. So we see
Playing
the
to
unit
two.
reduction, and now
At your age, at 2 centuries, behave like
okay,
you were
Mrs.
barely
here.
Yes. Needs a bomber on the second to get the answer.
And misses
Misses
the bomber
again.
on the second one, so Erland is going through.
We are the eyes of Dalby.
And
no
I guess there was
Trickster.
a bit of roping.
No Trickster, no bomber. Baron playing for a bit of bleeding value. The boost is kind of nice. Granted, there's only 2.
I mean,
power for
you're
this, right?
cashing in your while, right?
Yeah.
You cash some of the vitality that you were missing. Although, does it even make
I think
sense?
it's maybe like one extra point you kind of get by getting the cancel through. There's the Drought. There's 2
At
Revenants
the
now.
same time, there was only 2 bleeding going through, and you get 3 vitality. So yeah, very good COC in hand, very potent. It would be a shame if something happened to it, but as you said, Rune Mage in the deck.
Significant lead here for Pasha.
But you look to be an honest
Yeah.
man.
So
Help us.
what's transform rightmost into a random special card. Glorious Hunt was blocked, and yeah, Obsidian Mirror. So
Yeah.
there we go. Okay, chat predictions were interesting. Or at least some of the chat predictions. It makes
Yeah, that's what I
kind of unanswerable. And now, yeah, your deck. Your prediction works. Paya takes the Arachas Swarm on blue coin at one point.
I've been waiting to see like how Jamie tries to deal with this AQ list all series long. But finally here, so Paja just needs to get one more deck through, but yeah, it could be a slightly difficult hill to climb. Now there is a bit of a silver lining because against this super heavy control list in the Blood Money Bounty, there isn't a whole lot of direct damage, and notably Jamie is not running Teshumut Sword in this list. So what that means is that the Kicking More Stalkers can really only be dealt with by actual direct damage that doesn't rely on a bounty to get the spending through like what Transfer Executioner does. So what that means is Jamie can use Leader to deal with Stalkers, or can use the Horson's Freak Show to deal with Stalkers. And that's basically it. So
there's also not really a great match for Arcane Tome half of the time, with all the poisons, bounties combining. Of course, you get to play your missing cards as well, but occasionally there is a situation close to overturning from both sides if they continue clicking the tome in, say, round 2.
So ordinarily you might want to go for the AQ Defender, but knowing that the opponent has Kalkstein, I don't think that's the route you decide to go for, and that's why this bounty is quite impactful, because like you don't want to eat this Defender with AQ because you want to be copying something like an Ida, but that does mean that this is quite a nice kill offered up with the poisons for Jamie, and even potentially a whole lot of over-profiting. So we might see, yeah, I mean, it would suck to use a Fist Tech here, but it might just be the play. Poor Cave Troll, man.
Yeah, he's been trapped, he cannot... Well, maybe he's finally thinking that, oh, AQ is not eating me, I get to stick for a bit, but...
Yeah, I'm still so sad that Cave Troll is just called Cave Troll. He deserves a proper name, but no, just named a generic Cave Troll despite being legendary. So actually see the Purify.
Interesting. But this just makes this Defender dead.
Yeah. So yeah, you would have had like an extra turn to try to develop behind the Defender by just offering it up with the poisons, but now the Pellar is out. That is, I think, the only Purify in this list. So Jamie, not in a bad spot.
Okay. And yeah, over-profiting by a bunch here, but removes Defender from the equation. And we see the click after click. Nice combination with the Royal Decree though here. Provides you with insta trigger.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of a bait by Paja, giving Jamie the option to click the term. Kind of offered up this kill. Okay, here's a term. If you want, you can kill my Defender. Sure. But then I'm going to have term on my side of the board, and I'm going to be able to play either and eat both in one turn.
Yeah.
And
Evil's not going anywhere.
it can be kind of hard to set up these executioners and spenders now in the round 1, because you don't have Candle on board yet to try to protect them. And these Idas will be getting quite a bit of value until it gets bountied to death, but...
Yeah, but there is more. But yeah, no protection for this spender means that it's potentially getting answered immediately. They continue clicking. There is no stopping them, I'm telling you. Those players on Arachas Swarm and Golden Nectar decks, if they have a chance, they're gonna click it.
Yeah, it's too tempting to be able to kill an Executioner here. And like in particular, if the opponent doesn't have like another executioner in hand, then we run into a sort of nice way to just force the opponent out of the round. There is a second executioner in the hand for Jaime here. Granted, it's not amazing. It can maybe get a bit of value on a Pella, but there's no actual bounties to be collecting on here.
So Jaime is certainly the first to run out of specials from his deck. If the clicking in would have been continuing, but yeah, we see a pass coming.
Yeah, like there's only Golden Echo and then the Hysteria and Fist Tech left to be played from the Golden Echo. So if you did keep going there, maybe pull the Hysteria out, well, then your Golden Echo has literally just one target, and it's kind of getting a bit sketchy there.
Yeah.
A bit bricky.
Yeah, Fist Tech coming from the Golden Echo is usually a big over profit. And you'd rather have the poison in your hand. No Golden Echo, even after all the thinning.
A bit worried because I feel like the correct play should just be for AQ to push here.
And
yes, it tends to prefer a long round, but the first say is super important. And especially bringing the boat back with the Witch's Sabbath feels so good, because that means that the boat isn't able to do boaty things in the graveyard, and even misses the Executioner, so it doesn't get that extra spender. And,
yeah,
has Kalkstein.
Mrs. Kalkstein, or dodges execution. Paya dodges executioner. That's decent. The Redanian value is kinda negated as well. It's on the board, sure, but to do it would have come when necessary.
Wait, the Redanian?
The flying Redanian.
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I started thinking about Redanian Secret Service.
Yeah, nah, the flying one.
Okay,
so
I was like, okay, so Poison Forced is the answer here. The Pella was played, so the defender can't really be protected here. No Veil, no Purifies remaining for Pasha. There's no possible creates to luck into a Purify either. So this should just get cleaned up by the Morale next turn. And then we'll start seeing how Jaime decides to deal with the Idiots.
For now, we get another threat developed on the board. Kikimor Warrior, unanswered, is quite a few points for the spawns and for transforming 1-point drones into 3-point copies of these drones. So yeah, Defender finally gone. Completely erased from the game.
Yeah. Killed while it had doomed to the depths of banishment. So Ida being used with the click there to set up the Kikimor Stalker, can protect it with the Spontaneous Evolution, and what that really means is that you probably force out a leader.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough coinage for the Freak Show to get much value here. Jaime's leader is at 8, enough to perfectly finish off this Kikimor Stalker. And then maybe just take a chance to develop Bank. I mean, I'm curious if you just go for the Idis instead of the Stalker here, but that feels a bit off. But this is the point where you either just decide, okay, I'm either going to kill as many Stalkers as possible, or I'm going to kill as many Idis as possible. Yeah. You either limit the sort of payoff with the Stalker charges, or you limit the number of ways to get spawns in the first place.
Yeah, developing Candle is nice as well, but yeah, there are like engines doing engine stuff on Paya's side of the board, so...
I say slow, but I don't see AQ passing here at all. Yeah. Quite
So
nice.
we
mid-game.
see Caleb here bountying up one of the leaders, combined with leader and freak show. That should just remove a bunch of threats from the board for Jaime. But before that happens, all the clicks are gonna be done, and we already see the value being generated on this friend warrior.
Okay, I mean, look, if you played Candle first, you maybe could have protected the Menge a little, but between a Parasite and the Stalker sitting pretty on board, I don't think Menge would have had enough time to protect his own pretty face.
And to go too tall means to just give the heat wave value as well.
Exactly.
No, Jaime is in no rush, it seems. And now, how do I like this Menge into the candle? And not the opposite way around. Caleb kinda screamed, I want to deal with the stuff right here, right now. Yeah, the friends are growing. Even this Kikimor Stalker is growing out of the leader reach, so you'd need Freak Show combined with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite curious. Like, surely it has to be the Freak Show turn sooner rather than later. You're able to guess. You'd use the Freak Show to clean up this idiot, collect on the bounty, use the remaining leader to either deal with the Stalker or the non-bountied idiot. Also notice, I believe there's a bit of overprofit going through there, opting not to spend on the candle before playing the Freak Show.
Do you try to... can you protect the Freak Show with the Parasite as you mentioned before? Most likely not. So yeah, you just try to maximize the value here. That's your leader reactivated for 1 damage, yeah. And we see then this Kikimor Stalker is still alive and active. Jaime ropes out the buff. I was assumed that the last one on the Flame Redanian wasn't really an intentional. It's not the first time we're witnessing Jaime roping out. In the Matol organized tournament, maybe they have an agreement of sorts. Lemon fell asleep, yes. Lemon.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay. I was like, I was just checking if the camera is frozen for a second, so I wasn't trying to wake you up. But Edke noticed as well, and yeah, we have to wake you up then.
Yeah, so can get 1 kill with poisons. The cooldown doesn't have enough time to refresh, so you could afford a kill on 1 friend warrior by using up the morale. It's also, look, even if you're not able to secure a round win here as Jaime, it might be enough just by bleeding. It's not bleeding, but going quite deep into round 1, you force a shorter round 3, and you don't give the AQ and the Glass enough time to really set up enough kills onto your side of the board.
Yeah, at the moment it's a story of Jaime missing his golden necker in this series as well. And falling, what, 50 points behind, going against the multiple engines. Paya has pretty nice play, while Jaime is playing for round 3 at the moment. This Sirenova is not really doing much in this round, providing only 8. And yeah, there is no stopping Paya.
Should go.
Getting more buffs.
Yeah, this is looking very too early. Morale would kill Glossy actually, so
Yeah, but the
Paj needs to respect.
two Brand Warriors gonna be humongous.
Oh yeah. And yeah, if you kill the Glossy, okay, well the Van Warrior is bigger than the Glossy anyways, so you only get one more kill. And then this Witch Executioner is just a sad finish.
Yeah, even if you have like a Golden Acre here, the gap is wide enough, but yeah, Jaime plays it a bit different if he has access to the tutor of 3 cards. So this is it then for Paya, or for Jaime, and Paya goes into the final that happens later today.
Yeah.
So Paya
Very well
wins.
played
GG.
there. Paj approached the matchups very, very well and managed to show how you're able to still be able to do your own thing, even against a very, very control-heavy lineup.